Water Street by J.P. Maxwell. Preface Part 1.
Nib on paper, scratching out an exquisite cursive hand. The first words of The African Leviathan, a novel by Mr Ake.
Bah.
Alas, he screws the folio up and tosses it into the fire. The problem? It is too quiet in here tonight. Too quiet to read or write. Too quiet to do anything but expect trouble. Mr Ake runs the busiest bridewell in the entire city. This is on account of the proximity to the docks and the landing stage, where all manner of seafarers, warehousemen, thieves, prostitutes and racketeers ply their trade in an endless cycle of victims and perpetrators, playing out nightly hard-luck stories. The worst offenders are usually corralled into this dense red brick pen prior to court, prison, the rope, or going back on the streets. Never is there a dearth of customers, day or night. The Campbell Square bridewell is a small but impregnable bastion of correction. The vital first staging post of crime and punishment, and the West African Leviathan that is Ake values that principle like no other. He has known the fear of death in battle. On the high seas, in thick corroded iron chains, in the dark alleys between warehouses, he knows where he prefers to be, for the future of his children, if not so much for his own sake, to be on the right side.
On the right side.
Law is protection. Law is certainty. Mr Ake is the law.
The law.
What else is there to do? Mop the floor? Wash the walls? The sweet aroma of his sandalwood and ether solution clings to everything sanitizing and masking. He only coated the place minutes ago, and it isn't even dry yet. So what else? Write a novel? Tried it. The problem with having too much to say is where to start. Some evenings, when he gets too much time to think, he doubts all of his high principles and attempts to better himself. This being one of those particular nights. Because it is quiet. Damn it. Damn that quiet.
Damn that quiet.
It is a cacophony.
It's a cacophony.
It is an echo chamber of madness.
It's an echo chamber of madness.
That's good. He should write that down. He picks up his quill. The iron door reverberates with the clanging groan of the knocker. Is this the devil come to claim him? Has old Nick stopped time and arranged for this still evening, just so he can feast on Peyton Ake's rich, delicious Igbo soul without interruption or distraction? If so, at least it is salvation from the dreadful inertia. He unbolts the door and pulls it open. "Captain Frank," he says, "this is highly unusual for you to come here." A gloved finger is pressed to a trimmed and mustachioed lip. It belongs to a diminutive man in an immaculate cape and top hat ensemble. He is Captain John Frank, Commander and Chief Constable of the Liverpool Watch. And Mr Ake is quite correct. He never comes here, or goes anywhere in this city these days. So then why tonight? Mr Ake quickly gathers that the empty jail really is no coincidence. Captain Frank remains on horseback in the shadow of the narrow yard, keeping at eye level with his old friend. "Peyton," he rasps. His eyes are bloodshot, his manner shaken, discombobulated. Something is very wrong. "John? What is the matter? I can count on you, can I not? Always and forever." This relieves just a pinch of his troubled temper. "That is all I wanted to know. John, what vexes you so?" "Awful trouble, Peyton. A disturbance to this fair city like we have never seen before. A rift in the ranks, a deep and sudden schism. I must warn you, but I must also count upon you. John, please tell me what." He presses his finger to his lips again, giddies his horse, and canters out of the yard before galloping away, hooves thundering. Mr Ake is left with a riddle, as he always is when he meets this man. John?